Jen here, and I have a layout for you for the Wild Whisper design team, as well as Stretch the Sketch. I'm going to go ahead and combine the two today and take my Wild Whisper papers and create a 2-page layout using the sketch from the Stretch the Sketch series. So that's up in the top corner that you can see, and here you can kind of see me sorting out all of the pictures that I'm going to use, and I'm using the Play in the Dirt collection from Wild Whisper, and I'm going to be documenting all of my cute little succulents and the little pots that I have for them that I'm totally obsessed with. I get them all at Dollar Tree, and lately they've been coming out with just different, I guess, series of the pots. There's usually 4 in a series, and they're just really cute and perfect for succulents because they're nice and tiny. And as my flowers, do you call succulents flowers? I don't know. As my plants are kind of propagated, I keep spreading them out and needing more and more pots. So thankfully Dollar Tree seems to know that, and they keep putting out more cute animals. And that's what all the pots are. They're different animals. So I have like the latest ones that I got are a little octopus and a whale and a crab and a walrus. And I've got a fox and a porcupine, or maybe it's a hedgehog, and a turtle, and a moose and a polar bear and a seal. There's just tons of them, and they're just really cute. So the Play in the Dirt collection is actually perfect for that, because what Susie and Heather did is they created 2 versions of the same collection. You can use them both interchangeably. They're the same color schemes and they have a lot of the same elements to them, but one is sort of more designed for your inside gardening. So you see a lot more of the like plants and succulent type images. And then the other collection, or the other half of it, I guess you could say, is your outdoor garden. So there's more of the vegetables and things like that. So just a really fun collection, perfect for this layout. And I'm throwing in one paper from their Lake Life collection, which is that bottom paper with the yellow flower in it, and then the paper with the succulents that you see at the top, that is from the floral collection, I think. So I just threw those in because I didn't have any 12 by 12 papers from the Play in the Dirt collection. But that collection does come with 2 sets of ephemera, your indoor and your outdoor, 2 sets of flair, there's cards, and there's papers. It's just a really well-rounded collection and very versatile. So you're going to notice here that I definitely started on the right track with wanting to kind of keep the basic structure, the basic design of the sketch. I cut out my circles thinking, okay, I've got that kind of larger circular element, and then I'm going to build my layers all around it. And then that's kind of where it ended. So partly it's because as I started to put this together, I kept getting different ideas, and I'm kind of just running with my own ideas instead of checking back and referencing the sketch. But also I was pulling out a lot of smaller elements, and the sketch, if you look at it, it has lots of nice layers, but they're larger layers all kind of built up, whereas the elements that I was pulling out from the ephemera pack, and even the size of my pictures, everything is really small. And so I kind of felt like I needed to take it in a bit of a different direction, because I wasn't putting a lot of those large layers the way that the sketch has them. But I do put a bunch of layers, and so I feel like that kind of is, going back to the sketch and just taking that element from it. So that's kind of what I do with sketches anyways. I look at it and I pick out the elements from it that kind of inspire me or get that kind of creative idea process flowing, and then I run with it. And so sometimes as I'm doing that, I end up following the sketch quite a bit because I just, really like it, or that's what I'm feeling at the time. And other times, like today, I took a few of those elements and then I was getting other ideas, and the layout kind of took on a life of its own. So definitely I did keep the layering in there. That was sort of the thing that I took from the sketch to begin with. So I put extra layers on either side of the layout, almost like a frame that kind of draws your eye right into the center. The center with all of the pictures is so busy, and so I really wanted to have that kind of frame on the outside that definitely focuses your attention into the middle where all of the pictures are, all of the details are. I also backed all of the photos with some black cardstock. I definitely get that impression from the sketch that all of the layers are backed with some sort of paper, and so I wanted to do that as well with the photos. It just helps them to stand out that much more, and it separates them one from the other, so your eye isn't trying to take this all in as one big image. It knows that these are individual pictures and that you kind of want to hop around from one to the other. And then I also found a few cards from the journaling pack that I really liked, so I went ahead and sort of tucked those in as well to add some layers that way too. Those are just sort of bigger elements because in the sketch there were those bigger layers. And then I put all of my photos down. I didn't really have any kind of rhyme or reason to how I was putting them down. I put one that actually goes across both pages just to kind of connect the two. So the two circles each cross both pages. And then I just wanted that one photo because I don't have them all going the same way, I didn't try to match them up exactly the way that they have it in the sketch. On the left-hand side, it's a little bit more similar to the sketch, but then on that right-hand side, I just kind of placed them where I thought that they were going to fit. And then once those were down, you can see now I'm just going ahead and putting all those cute little bits of ephemera all around. So I've pulled out all of the little pots that have succulents in it from the ephemera pack, as well as all of the little words. The sketch does have word strips or journaling strips, and so I knew that in the Wild Whisper ephemera packs they always have those as well, so I thought those would work really good to kind of represent those journaling strips. And they all just say different things about having plants and succulents, so I just kind of put them all over the place, and then I pulled out a few larger pieces as well to kind of tuck into some of those open spaces because the pictures and the cards don't line up. There were a few little open spaces, so if I found one on one side, I tried to balance it with something on the other side, but I wasn't being overly picky about what the style or the size or the color or the shape was. I just kind of wanted to make everything look really balanced. So I think in the end it works out really good. I'm always a big advocate for if you are going to do something, then do it all over, or do it to the maximum, because then it looks purposeful. So if you want to have a really kind of simple, clean layout, then make everything that you use nice and simple and clean. If you are going to have a busy layout like this one here, throw everything on it. Make it really busy, and then it looks really purposeful, and it looks like you have done this with intention. So that's sort of, once I realized that that was kind of the type of layout that I was going to go for, I decided to literally throw it all in there. So I got as much ephemera in there as I possibly could. I got sequins from the sequins pack. Those are from Spiegel Mom Scraps, but they were created for Wild Whisper, so they match this collection. I also added in some of the flare I put it all in there and just, used up as much of it as I could on this layout, because I'm not sure that I'll document my succulents over and over again unless maybe I get a whole bunch of new pots. So I figured, why not go ahead and throw it all in there. And then the last thing I did was I just put my title really, really simply with some Pink Fresh Studio little alphas. I just put love my plants, because I do. They're so much fun to have. And that is it. That's my layout. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. If you love this Wild Whisper collection as much as I do, please use my discount code DTGen at checkout to get 10% off. And follow the links below to see how everyone else stretched the sketch this month. Until next time, happy scrapping. Bye.